And I'm back. Yes, I'm live again, but guys, there's some technical difficulty going on. I don't know what it is. It will not show me the screen for chat. So there's no way we can have a discussion. And I shared it on YouTube, Facebook, Casting Cauldron, Discover Kinetic Power and Dream Powers, and X. I've shared it everywhere. So, I mean, whoever was to be coming, I guess YouTube is having technical difficulties. All right. So I guess I might just pull out my ring light and make a video. The chat screen is not showing on my end here. And I don't know if YouTube is having technical difficulties. I could try to go live on my phone with my ring light. Or just make a video. So I'll just sit here and make a video. Recently at the Hindu temple, we had something called Shivaratri. And I've been learning there are similarities to Hinduism and Wicca. And I have said that Hinduism is older. And the priest talked to me one day about Halloween, because that came up. I told him I had been practicing goddess-based, earth-based spirituality for 20 years. And so then he asked me about Halloween and pumpkins and putting a light in the pumpkin, and why do you do that? And I said, to protect from bad spirits. And he said, well, we do that too. We've been doing that. You know, that's very old. In other words, that comes from Hinduism. And a couple of months ago, I came across a Hindu woman on YouTube who was teaching Wicca spells and all of the herbs and everything that she has. And she's called a high priestess. And I thought, wow, this is interesting. But she is in East India and she is Hindu, I'm sure. So Shivaratri is a celebration of the darkest night of the year in the Northern Hemisphere. That correlates to winter solstice. And this is a special time where Shiva is said to be able to show his light through him, a beam of light out through him, illustrating, I think, that we are really all made from light. And I've said before, you can, on a dark moon, you can see stars much, much better. So on this evening, you can gather more dark energy. Now, I did a candle working on, I believe it was December 30th. And I don't know if that was a Monday, but I ended up actually, I think, having a dream where I saw what somebody else was doing. So they were either doing it or going to do it or had already done it. I don't know. But it didn't matter because my energy was already ramped up. I was experiencing things in here. And just a few days after that, in the first few days of January, or I'd say maybe almost 2 weeks later, I had an experience with the truck. Now, when I first realized that I was having things happen with the phases of the moon and the dark moon, I went back to one of my books and I saw that the dark moon is very good for gathering energy for whatever it is you want to do when the moon is waxing or full, like within the next 2 weeks. That's exactly what happened. So if you will rest, and some people say fast, keep as many fewer distractions in your life around you as you possibly can during this phase of the dark moon, that you're going to have access to all this dark energy, because the earth is the farthest away from the sun, and it's a dark moon, but it's, the farthest away, like winter solstice. Now you could have things happen on winter solstice because of the, depending on what you're doing with your spell work. But it's the same thing. And obviously it's older than Wicca. So, these things were spread, I guess, throughout Europe, and that's basically what I wanted to share. So I think I'm going to hop on my phone and see if the chat will work there. If you all want to hop over there, this is a disaster.